Adrian Adams began his career as a graphic designer, creating promotional graphics for Australia's biggest touring musical productions, including Evita, Sound of Music, Chicago, Song and Dance, Oklahoma, Barnum, Cats, and more. Since launching his own design studio in 1983, Adrian Adams has been in constant demand as a designer and multimedia creative director. He began by working with many professional arts companies, including the Adelaide Festival of Arts, Australian Dance Theatre, State Opera of South Australia, State Theatre of South Australia, Adelaide Festival Fringe, the Arts Council of South Australia, and the Australian Youth Orchestra. Adrian has designed many high-profile brand identities, including the Cooper's beer logo and their entire range of beer labels. He designed the original Pizza Haven logo and has designed brands for many other products, events, companies and individuals. Adrian has worked on large-scale events such as the highly successful Sky shows for the Austereo FM radio network in capital cities all around Australia. He developed many highly successful marketing concepts during the 1980s. The SAFM bumper sticker that rocks your suburb was so successful that it was copied by radio stations around the world. Adrian also designed the original Black Thunder four-wheel drive promotional vehicle. In 1990, Adrian was engaged to work on the inaugural WOME Adelaide, producing all the event graphics and marketing materials. In 1996, a professional highlight was the design and production of the Adelaide Festival of Arts marketing campaign, featuring the Burning Hills hoist poster. Regarded as one of the most successful campaigns in festival history, it changed the way arts organisations marketed events. One of the campaign highlights was the installation of rows of giant Burning Hills hoists lining the entrance to the festival nightclub, which was constructed entirely from red shipping containers.
The 1996 Telstra Adelaide Festival. 17 days and nights of mind-blowing, foot-stomping, mouth-screaming intoxication. The Adelaide Festival is Australia's largest multi-arts.
In 1996, Adrian won the prestigious Adelaide Art Director's Master's Chair for his work on the educational CD-ROM entitled CP2, Consumer Power 2. This CD-ROM also won a National Atom Award for the Best Educational Product of the Year. Adrian designed and produced many other CD-ROMs, including This Was Tomorrow, Job Guide for the Federal Government, IT Career Guide for the State Government, and many more.
Our schools are about to receive a CD-ROM full of advice on careers in information technology.
Astronaut Andy Thomas is one of the many leading South Australians who give vocational advice on the CD. There are also messages from business leaders, artists and academics. The CD will be distributed to schools early next year. Chelsea Lewis, 10 News.
In 1997, Adrian was contracted to the Sydney Organising Committee for the Olympic Games, SOCOG, to design printed and electronic marketing materials for the Olympic arts festivals. The Festival of the Dreaming in 1997, A Sea Change 1998, and Reaching the World in 1999. Adrian designed and produced posters, websites, television graphics, interactive kiosks, electronic speaker supports, and all print media.
The Festival of the Dreamers, Heart and Happening. The Festival of the Dreamers, Heart and Happening.
One of the highlights was the remarkable theatrical presentation which launched the Festival of the Dreaming in the Darling Harbour Convention Centre. This production featured interactive elements such as smells being pumped in and out of the venue, a live horse galloping through the crowd, indoor pyrotechnics, 3 large video screens and a set made from live dancers posing as rocks until the finale when they came to life with a stunning closing performance. Adrian worked in collaboration with artistic directors Rhoda Roberts and Andrea Stretton, Bangarra Dance Company with Stephen and David Page, and the SOCOG marketing team.
Te
Adrian also worked with Anifex, Adelaide-based clay animators, to produce animated mascots for the SOCOG website. These characters were used throughout the Kids Zone on the official Olympic website. In 1998, Adrian was appointed by the South Australian Government as the Creative Director for South Australia's Millennium event, CLIC. This project had a 2-year build-up, culminating in 16 simultaneous events across the state on New Year's Eve 2000. Linked via the internet, live images from remote celebrations around the state were transmitted to the giant Clipsal superscreen in Victoria Square in front of 300,000 people. In 2000, Adrian created a new design direction for the Melbourne Moomba Festival, an event designed to attract people to the CBD of Melbourne. He designed the logo, signage, printed materials, animated graphics and merchandise. He also designed and produced the official website.
And the highlight of this year's Moomba festivities...
More than 300,000 people packed central Melbourne for this year's Moomba parade with a difference. Organisers are hailing the event a stunning success, with more than 500,000 people flocking to the 4-day festival.
Transformed into works of art, more than 700 musicians and performers made their way up St Kilda Road.
Later in the same year, Adrian worked with a team from the Nine Network and TNT, Ted Turner's USA cable television company, on the Goodwill Games held in Brisbane 2001. Adrian created a virtual signage audit that allowed television advertising to be sold online in Australia and the USA. In 2001, Adrian won a centenary medal for his work on the centenary of Federation production Connecting the Continent. Adrian and his team retraced the 3,600 kilometre route of the original overland telegraph from Port Augusta to Darwin. He created a massive virtual tour featuring more than 600 virtual reality scenes. He interviewed hundreds of colourful characters from the Australian outback and connected remote communities with the world during a 3-week live online event. The site attracted millions of hits during the event and is still used today as an educational resource in schools.
Remote communities along the route of the original overland telegraph line.
A lot of the Indigenous communities that we came across along the way also don't have any internet presence. We've been able to now encapsulate some of their stories and the bit of their culture and now put it onto the website.
G'day people, my name's Clary Coulthard. I'm from Northern Flinders Ranges, a little place called Eaglewater, and I'd like to sing a song about bush taste. If I saw a wallaby or a great big juicy widgety, I cook them up just for me, then go to sleep under a big gum tree. Say, oh, my walla is rumbling, is tumbling. Oh, my walla is rumbling like a big bass drum. Do 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 do.
Well, Connecting the Continent features a major section for children, which is called Connecting the Kids, and it features School of the Air broadcasts and interviews with children from all over Australia.
My name is Brady Manning and I live on a station 2.5 hours out of Port Augusta, northwest, and the borders Lake Gardner. I do my schooling via School of the Air in Port Augusta, and we have a half an hour lesson each day with our teacher on the HF radio, which is delivered through the Royal Flying Doctor Base.
Good morning.
In 2002, Adrian designed and produced a highly acclaimed cross-cultural training guide for one of the world's largest gold mining companies, Newmont. The project was called Nikki and features more than 16 hours of recorded audio interviews with Indigenous people from remote lands. Nikki was originally delivered to Newmont staff via the internet, with later versions released to the public on CD-ROM. In 2003, Adrian was once again contracted to work with the Adelaide Festival to design and produce all of the marketing materials for the 2004 event. Adrian worked with the festival's artistic director, Stephen Page, to create the event image based around the theme of a meeting place. Western cultures use a cross to mark a spot on a map, while Indigenous cultures use circles to represent meeting places. The poster design incorporated both these elements and combined them with a common element, fire. The design also created an opportunity for the event's major sponsor, Adelaide Bank, to integrate their logo with the new image using animation.
X marks the spot. The Adelaide Bank 2004 Festival of Arts will bring outstanding shows from around the world to venues across Adelaide. The festival will take over the city of Adelaide and turn it into the universal meeting place.
In recent years, Adrian has produced multimedia for a wide range of high-profile clients such as Network 10, Bridgestone, South Australian Tourism Commission, Sydney Olympic Park Authority, South Australian Farmers Federation, Australian Made, Music SA, Adelaide Crows, Adelaide 36ers and the North Adelaide Football Club. Adrian is currently Creative Director of JABA Multimedia Design, his Adelaide-based multimedia studio.